Have you ever thought about what it takes to really become a millionaire? Forbes says that in 2018, more than 675,000 people in the US became millionaires, and with the recent drop in the market's recovery, many more were added to the list in 2020. But what does it take to actually make $1 million? Well, in this video, we talk about Grant Cardone's Millionaire Booklet. In it, he explains how to become wealthy in 8 easy-to-follow steps. If you like watching videos about finance, business and investing, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell button. Don't miss any videos with too much information, and let's start with number 1. In the Millionaire Mindset, Cardone says that if you want to be a millionaire, the first thing you have to do is decide to be one. If you don't have a goal, it's hard, if not impossible, to hit it. So, before we can use any strategy, we need to know what we want to achieve. This can't just be a simple choice. This must be a promise to yourself, and to the people around you, since it's unlikely that you're doing this just for yourself. Cardone says that we need to figure out what thoughts are stopping us from reaching our goals. Most of us learned as kids that money wasn't important, that rich people were bad, or that it wasn't right to be rich. Many of us were taught to be happy with what we have and only make as much money as we need, so we don't see why we should want more. Many of us grew up with ideas that became habits or even beliefs as we got older. For example, many people think that selling is better than being honest. While many wealthy people came to think that not selling is unethical because it takes away ideas that could change someone's life. What we think about money affects how we use it, which in turn affects what we get out of it. So it's important to begin with the basics. So, think about what you learned as a child that might be stopping you from reaching your financial goals. Let me know in the comments. Number 2, Millionaire Math. It's easier to reach a goal when we can see the steps we need to take. People say that seeing is believing, and by doing our millionaire math and learning what it takes to make $1 million, we can see how $1 million are made. If you make $50,000 a year, it will take you 20 years to make $1 million. If you make $100,000 a year, you will have $1 million after 10 years. If you make $250,000 a year, it will take you 4 years to get there, but if you make $500,000 a year, it will only take you 2 years. Now, let's say you're a business owner with a product you want to sell well. If you sell a product for $100, you would have to sell 10,000 of them to make $1 million. If a product you sell costs $500, you'll need to sell 2,000 of them to make $1 million. But if you sell a product for $1,000, you only need to sell 1,000 of them to make $1 million. The same goes for a product that costs $2,000. 500 units, $5,000 product, 200 units, a $10,000 product. You only need 100 units to reach $1 million. But let's say you have a subscription service that costs $10 per month. To make $1 million per year, you would need 8,334 members. If the subscription costs $50 per month, you'll need 1,660 set members to pay you $50 per month to make $1 million in a year. What about $100 per month? To make $1 million in a year, you would only need 834 people to join. And you would only need 300 people to pay you $278 a month to make $1 million a year. So, your goal is to figure out what you will offer and how much you will sell it for. You should also try to get the number of people you need to reach your $1 million number 3 goal. Cardone says that the key to real, long-term wealth is not saving or investing, but rather working to make more money. We mostly get 2 things out of it. First, we learn the skills we need to make money, which help us when new opportunities come up. Second, we start to believe that we really do have what it takes to make money. It gives you faith. Cardone says that you should start by making more money with what you already have. If you're a salesperson, you've got to sell more. You have to train more people if you're a personal trainer. If your current income is already enough, you can start making money from other sources that are related to your current income. For example, if you are a fitness trainer, you might want to start a YouTube channel and sell supplements. It lets you make more money without working twice or 3 times as much, because it adds to the money you already make. Cardone says that when you are just starting out, you should be careful about going into business for yourself. The first goal is to make more money, but if a new project takes your attention away from your main source of income, you might lose it and end up back where you started or, worse, with less money. The goal is to make more money than we did last month and keep working to do better than last month. So, the question is, what will you do this month to make more money? Let me know in the comments. You might even get great ideas from the amazing community here. 4. Who's got my money? Once you've decided what you will sell, what price point will you choose, and how many people do you need to make your first million? As we figured out in step 2, it's time to find out who has your money. Your million is already out there, but you need to find out who hasn't taken it. Who's got my money is one of Cardone's most famous catchphrases. Money doesn't just appear, someone already has it, and it's your job to find them. This is why it's so important to know who your ideal customer is, because they have your money. Once you find out who has your money, you should talk to them and no one else. So you can get your money. Number 5, stay poor. As your income goes up, it's easy to spend more. For example, if you went from making $50,000 a year to making $120,000 a year, you could buy a slightly nicer house, a new car, or go on a few extra vacations. But, as Cardone says, this won't make you rich. If your income is the same as your expenses, you'll get nothing and stay where you are. This is why Cardone says you should stay poor. Cardone didn't change his way of life when he started making more money. Instead, he put his extra cash in what he called his sacred accounts. People say that it's not how much money you make, but how much you keep, and this helped Cardone build his wealth. 6th, save money only to put it to work. Most people save money to buy a house, go on vacation, or have something to fall back on if it rains. Cardone doesn't save money for any other reason than to invest it and make it grow. Now, Cardone is careful and knows that investing comes with risks. This is why making more money was a key part of getting rich. Once your main sources of income are reliable and consistent, you've saved money, and you're sure about your investment, it's time to invest. Investing before our main source of income is reliable and consistent can have some bad results, like having to sell an asset to get through a bad time or losing assets during a recession. 7th, there are many ways to make money. The point of investing is to get more money coming into your bank account from different sources. The holy grail of financial freedom is having more than one source of income. This gives you more financial security because you don't have to rely on just one source of income. Cardone says you should do everything you can to avoid leaving any source of income, no matter how small, unless you have to. The goal of a business owner or investor is to find as many ways to make money as possible, especially if they are similar to or add to the ways they already make money. Cardone says that having more than one source of income gives you more confidence than anything else. Repeat and reinforce in hyper-focus. Do this as many times as possible from the start. A millionaire mentality is different from a $10 million mentality or a $100 million mentality. Even when you reach 7 figures, keep learning and improving yourself, and get used to people criticizing you and your changes. As Grant Cardone says, they do this because you now threaten their status quo. But as people leave your environment, others will move in. Those who can meet your new, high standards. So, according to Grant Cardone's Millionaire Booklet, if you want to become a millionaire, you need to think like a millionaire. Do the math of a millionaire, make more money, find out who has your money and go get it, and stay broke until you can save, invest, and keep making multiple streams of income. Even if people with small minds don't like it, you should keep learning new things to become the best version of yourself. The Millionaire Booklet by Grant Cardone is one of my favorite books about money because it is simple and easy to understand. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps us with the YouTube algorithm, and let me know in the comments. What was the most important thing you took away from this video? I'm always in the comments, and I'd love to hear what you have to say. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.